You may ask the question, do narcissists experience karma? When I say karma, I really mean natural consequences. Most of us Westerners think of karma as the universe giving people the consequences they deserve, but the true definition of karma is more complicated than that. And I'm going to say that it depends on the narcissist. A rich person can afford to be as narcissistic as they want to be. They can have anything and anyone they want, and money can make their problems go away. Money allows them to be privileged and entitled. But most narcissists can't afford the luxury of being however they want. They have to deal with the natural consequences that come with being a douchebag. DB may feel entitled, but he doesn't have the money to back it up. Instead of privilege, he has to settle for being opportunistic, like the predator that he is. This is the life of DB, a lower middle-income narcissist. He's impulsive and gets himself into situations without considering the consequences of his actions. He has been arrested, fired, abandoned, sued, divorced, ostracized, shunned, and any number of consequences that come with being a douchebag. He can't take responsibility for said actions. Any consequences are viewed as unfair, undeserved, and someone else's fault. He has no control over his own life. His life has been ruined by anyone who has ever failed him, which is everyone. Always wishing he was someplace else, with someone else, had more money, a bigger house, more toys. Competitive to his detriment. He can't stand the thought of anyone doing anything better than him, and he is a poor loser. Feels the need to control people and hates those he can't. Eventually, those he controls abandon him. He gets abandoned a lot, and not just by lovers. Any personal criticism causes him a deep personal internal wound. He is unable to self-reflect, therefore making the same mistakes over and over. He's had difficulty at every job and every relationship. He isn't able to feel true love. Romantic love doesn't last, and anything deeper eludes him completely. He is unable to perceive love because he has never felt it himself. He has killed the love of many people who have truly loved him. Only wants what he doesn't have, and only appreciates what he has when it's gone. Parasitic, has to depend on others to support his wants and needs, his ego, and be a dumping ground for his rage. The only emotions he bothers to control are those that should be guiding him. The ones that ruin his life are the ones allowed to run amok. Always has to pretend that he's something he's not to get people to like him, and has to condescend to people he doesn't like to get what he wants. Happiest when in chaos. Consumed by want, impatience, envy, greed, lust, anger, and rage. It's my opinion that the narcissist is their own revenge. They go from episode to episode, never learning, always being a victim of their own drama. In their old age, they get to look back on a life of failures and disappointments, every one someone else's fault. Every day, DB has to wake up being him. Every day a disappointment. Every person a disappointment. Never having enough, always wanting more. Having to intermittently manufacture a new personal image and train a new victim. It sounds like hell. His current image is that of a meek, Bible-carrying Christian. He is rubbing elbows with the church leadership. He's kept this one up for several years. If he's changed, good for him and for everyone who has to interact with him. But if he hasn't, he is climbing a very slippery slope, and if he gets caught engaging in his past behaviors, he's got a long way to fall. The temptations have to be overwhelming for him. Gratitude is not part of his nature. I can't think of better karma than that. I've heard that he hates me. Good. While he's stuck in his muck, I've been exploring being Bridget, and I like her. Bridget likes her life, and she's nice to be around. She has zero tolerance for negativity and drama, and is looking forward to the next adventure. She doesn't care what happens to DB, as long as it's somewhere far away. Whatever happens to DB is between him and the universe. He is somebody else's problem now. So does this describe the narcissist in your life? Do you think that they are stuck in a perpetual loop of self-destruction, or do you think they have moved on and are happy? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you could give me a like, I'd be eternally grateful.